All right, so get ready, because we're diving into some really cool stuff today. Generative AI.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not talking about, like, AI writing the next hit song
Right.
or creating art, although that's out there too.
Absolutely.
But this is all about how generative AI is changing something super important to all of us, drug safety.
It's a big one.
Yeah, so that impacts everyone listening.
Yes.
So before we get into the how, can you give us a quick, what is generative AI? What are we even talking about?
Yeah, so imagine a computer that doesn't just read a textbook,
Okay.
but like learns from it so deeply that it can actually start writing its own chapters.
Whoa.
That would kind of be generative AI in a nutshell.
So not just analyzing data, but like
Yeah,
creating its
you're
own
separating exactly.
based on what it learned.
Yeah, and in drug safety, which, every little bit of information is so crucial.
Right.
That is completely revolutionary.
Totally.
Think about it, like traditionally we rely on clinical trials and patient reports to understand how drugs work, but that data can be limited, especially for rare side effects.
You're not going to see it in like a small group of people.
Exactly. So generative AI lets us create tons of synthetic data, which is almost like having this massive virtual patient population.
Okay.
And we can test drug effects on all these different scenarios.
It's like simulations, but with data, right?
Precisely.
So safer, maybe faster than even traditional drug trials.
For sure. And that's where these different types of generative AI models come in.
Okay.
And one that you might have heard of is GANs, Generative Adversarial Networks.
Oh, yeah, GANs.
Yeah.
I've heard of those.
They're the rock stars.
They are, right.
They really are.
That's what it seems like.
So imagine two AIs. One is an artist creating data, and the other is a critic judging it.
Okay.
And they go back and forth, constantly pushing each other to get better.
Like sparring partners.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what comes out is incredibly realistic synthetic data.
So we've got these AI artists churning out data.
Yep.
How does this affect, like, how we're monitoring drug safety out in the real world?
So one of the biggest areas is adverse event detection.
Okay.
Think about it. AI scanning millions of patient records,
Yep.
social media posts, scientific articles.
Wow.
Basically anything, looking for tiny signals that humans might miss.
And it can do that because it's AI
Yes.
way faster than we could and across like way more information.
Exactly. It's already making a difference.
Really?
There's actually a case where AI detected a previously unknown side effect of a drug months earlier
Wow.
than traditional methods. I mean, that's life-saving.
Yeah.
That early detection.
Just like an early warning system
Absolutely.
powered by AI. That's amazing.
Yeah, but it goes beyond just reacting.
Okay.
We're also using it for predictive analytics.
Okay.
So think about this. AI can use existing data to predict which patients might be more likely to experience side effects
Oh, interesting.
based on their individual characteristics.
So like personalized almost
Yes.
risk assessment.
Precisely.
Right.
And then there's this whole other world of data augmentation.
Okay.
And that's where things get really cool.
All right.
Remember how we talked about the power of synthetic data?
Yes.
Well, AI can actually create synthetic data
Okay.
that fills in the gaps in our real-world data.
Gotcha.
So let's say, for example, we need more info on how a drug affects people with a specific genetic mutation.
Okay.
We might not have enough real patients with that mutation to study, but AI can create those virtual patients, giving us the data.
So it's like a what-if scenario
Exactly.
with data.
And that ability to kind of play those what-if games
Right.
is changing the game in drug safety.
Wow. Okay.
And there are other ways we're using it.
Okay.
For example, to make drugs safer, it can help with signal detection and causality assessment.
Okay.
Basically, AI can sift through tons of data to identify early warning signs of potential drug safety issues and even help figure out if a particular drug is actually the cause of an adverse event.
So it's not just spotting like the smoke. It's helping figure out where the fire is.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
Yes, and we actually had a company that used a very specific type of AI called a transformer-based generative language model
Okay.
to detect these rare adverse events that were being reported on social media.
So it's like looking at how people are talking.
Yeah, by analyzing the language,
Interesting.
they were able to pick up on patterns that humans might miss.
Yeah, because there's so much data out there.
Tons.
Okay, so it's like an army of AI detectives
Totally.
constantly scanning the internet.
Yeah,
That's kind of amazing and a little bit scary.
it is pretty groundbreaking, and we're only just beginning to tap
Wow.
into that potential.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
Let's talk about synthetic data because it's super interesting, but also a little like,
Right.
wait, are we creating fake patients? Like, ethically, how does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question and one that researchers take very seriously.
Okay.
So the key thing to remember is that synthetic data doesn't use any real patient information.
Okay.
It's not like we're creating digital copies of people.
Right.
We're using AI to create a statistically accurate simulation of a patient population.
So it's mirroring the real world,
Exactly.
but without actual people in it.
Yes. So ethically speaking, it's a huge step forward.
That makes sense.
It allows us to do this research
Right.
and develop these drugs in a way that is much more respectful of privacy.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Good.
But how do we know that it's good data? Like, does it actually reflect how complex human biology is?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes, it can be.
Right.
There have been studies showing that synthetic data can be just as effective as real patient data,
Really?
especially when testing for drugs.
Wow.
There's actually a case study where a company used synthetic data to test a drug on virtual patients with specific genetic variations, and they found risks that traditional trials would have missed.
So we're using AI to make a safer world, but also like push the boundaries of what's possible.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what's so exciting about it. It's not just replicating reality, it's using AI to help us understand it and ultimately improve it.
Okay, I'm on board with the power of synthetic data.
Good.
Generative AI in general.
Great.
I feel like we're at the beginning of something big.
Yeah.
Where is all this going? What's the future look like?
Well, things are getting really exciting.
Okay.
We're just scratching the surface.
Right.
Imagine real-time monitoring, where AI is constantly analyzing data, flagging issues as they happen.
So not months later.
Right now.
Oh, wow.
Companies are working on these systems already.
Wow, so like preventing things before they happen.
Yes.
Okay.
We're moving away from reactive healthcare to a more proactive and predictive system.
That's a huge leap.
It really is.
Wow.
And it's all thanks to AI.
Okay, so real-time monitoring.
Yes.
That's one big thing. What else is coming?
Something that I am so excited about is the development of AI that can explain its reasoning.
Okay, you've mentioned that before.
It's that important.
It's a big one.
Explainable AI is key to building trust in these systems, making sure that they're used ethically.
Yeah, I can see how, in healthcare especially,
Yeah.
you don't want to just be told to do something.
Right.
You wonder why.
And in drug safety, it could help us understand that complex web of factors that lead to adverse events.
Yeah, makes sense.
So imagine an AI that could predict a side effect, but then tell you what characteristics or genetic factors or even drug interactions are contributing to that risk.
So like an AI detective who can crack the case, but then show their work, explain how they got there.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a good analogy.
I think that transparency is crucial in making sure this is actually benefiting patients.
Okay, so real-time monitoring, explainable AI.
Yes.
What else is on the horizon?
Another area is using AI to personalize treatment plans.
Okay.
Generative AI can actually create these virtual models of individual patients.
Oh, interesting.
That take into account, their genetics, their medical history, their lifestyle, even their preferences.
So not one size fits all. It's like custom made now.
Exactly. These virtual patient models could simulate different treatments, allowing doctors to choose the best and safest option.
It's like a dress rehearsal for your body.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I like that analogy.
It's a medical simulator.
Yeah.
Before you even start the treatment.
Wow. So we're talking about a healthcare revolution.
Yes.
With AI front and center.
I think so.
Making medicine safer, more effective, more personalized.
Absolutely.
This is huge.
It is.
Incredible.
And it's not just the tech itself.
Yeah.
It's the collaboration between humans and AI.
That's what I was going to say. It's the two working together.
Yes, working side by side to enhance expertise and decision-making.
Okay.
I think that's where we're going.
All right, so before we move on, though, because it is such powerful technology, it feels like there's a big responsibility here.
Absolutely.
To make sure we're thinking about the ethical implications.
Sure.
Patient privacy, making sure this is accessible to everyone.
100%.
Not just a select few.
We have to,
Right.
you have to be mindful of that.
So to all our listeners out there, as you're hearing about all of this, I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But we also want to make sure that we're all part of this conversation moving forward.
All of us.
Yeah, that it's for good.
Shaping that future together.
Awesome. Well, we've covered so much ground here in part one.
We have.
But there's a lot more to explore.
There is.
So when we come back in part 2, we're going to dive even deeper into generative AI,
Okay.
specifically into synthetic data.
Awesome.
That's one that blew my mind the most.
It's a good one.
It's incredible.
It is.
So stay tuned.
Can't wait.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
Okay, so synthetic data.
Yes.
It's still blowing my mind.
I know, right?
But before we jump to anything else, I want to understand how it works. Like, walk me through it.
Yeah. So there are a few different ways to create synthetic data, but one of the most common ways involves those GANs that we talked about.
The jams, okay.
Yeah, the generative adversarial networks.
Right.
And it's a little bit like having two AIs kind of working against each other.
Okay, like that.
So one AI, called the generator,
Okay.
is creating that synthetic patient data,
Right.
and it's trying to make it as realistic as possible.
Okay.
The other AI, the discriminator,
Okay.
acts like a judge and is constantly evaluating that data, trying to spot the fakes.
So one's trying to fool the other, and
Exactly.
the other one's trying to catch them.
Yeah, it's a constant back and forth.
Yeah.
And as they train against each other, that generator gets really good at creating that synthetic data.
That makes sense.
That's almost indistinguishable.
Okay, but how do we know that the AI is doing a good job?
Right.
Like, what's the quality control here?
Yeah, that is crucial.
Yeah.
We don't just assume that the AI is doing a good job. We rigorously compare that synthetic data
Okay.
to real patient data.
Okay.
So we're looking at things like the distribution of ages, genders, medical conditions, all those key characteristics.
Yeah.
And we make sure that those distributions match up.
Okay.
We also test how well that synthetic data performs
Yeah, okay.
when we actually use it to train other AI models for drug safety.
So it's like double checking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If the models that are trained on that synthetic data can accurately predict those side effects in real patients, then we know we have good data.
Okay, so it's got to act real.
Yes.
It's not just look real.
Exactly.
Right.
And there are even techniques to add some noise to that synthetic data. Yeah, we introduce a little bit of randomness because real-world data is messy.
It's not perfect.
No, it's not. And we want that synthetic data to reflect that.
So we're teaching AI to, like, embrace the chaos.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of creating something that's too perfect.
Too perfect. Exactly.
Okay.
It's also important to remember that this synthetic data isn't meant to replace real patient data.
Gotcha.
Completely. It's a tool
Okay.
to supplement it,
Gotcha.
to give us more to work with,
Right.
to allow us to explore those what-if scenarios that we talked about.
So we're expanding the data universe.
Yes,
Got it.
opening up new avenues for research and discovery.
That's awesome.
And the potential applications go beyond just, testing those drugs.
Right.
We can use synthetic data to model disease outbreaks, predict how effective public health interventions might be.
Wow.
Even personalize those treatment plans.
So many possibilities.
It's vast.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But while generative AI offers all these amazing opportunities, it's important to be realistic about some of the challenges.
Right.
One of the biggest ones is ensuring the quality and the representativeness of that synthetic data.
Yeah.
Because if those AI models are trained on data that's biased or incomplete, then that synthetic data will also be flawed.
That makes sense.
Right. And that could lead to inaccurate conclusions, which could potentially put patients at risk.
So it's like garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Even with AI.
Even with AI.
Okay.
And another challenge is the need for explainability and transparency.
You're hitting on that black box problem again.
Yes.
Okay.
Because as AI plays this bigger role in healthcare, we need to understand how it's making those decisions.
Right. Especially when it comes to people's lives.
Exactly. We can't just blindly trust these algorithms.
Yeah.
Researchers are working on developing those more transparent AI models.
That makes sense.
But it is an ongoing process.
So finding that balance between the power of AI
Yes.
and us understanding it.
Human understanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's the regulation and the ethical considerations.
Yeah.
As with any new, powerful technology,
Makes sense.
we have to be thoughtful about how we use it and make sure that we're not creating these unintended consequences.
There's a lot to think about.
There is.
Okay.
So these are conversations we need to have now,
Right.
not after the tech is already out there.
Before it gets away from us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that it's used responsibly and ethically to benefit everyone.
That's a good point.
I think so.
Well, we've dug deep into synthetic data, talked about the challenges, what about the future, where's this all going, what's got you excited?
Oh, There's so many possibilities.
Okay.
But one of the areas that has me really intrigued is real-time monitoring.
Okay, you mentioned that before.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where AI is constantly analyzing data
Okay.
from electronic health records, wearable devices, even social media, news reports. Wow.
To identify those safety signals as they emerge.
In real time.
Real time.
That's incredible.
It's like having an AI guardian angel watching over our health.
I like that. 24/7.
Constantly.
That's wild.
And this isn't just some futuristic dream.
Okay.
Companies are working on developing these real-time monitoring systems.
Really?
Yeah, think about the impact this could have on preventing those adverse drug reactions,
So much potential.
especially the ones that traditional methods would miss.
Right. The rare ones.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going from reactive to proactive and predictive.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It is.
So real-time monitoring, that's one big thing.
Huge.
What else is out there on the horizon?
Another area that I'm really enthusiastic about is the development of AI that can explain its reasoning.
We touched on that before.
Yes, but it's worth repeating.
It's a big one.
It's huge. Explainable
Yeah.
AI is key to building that trust and making sure these systems are used ethically.
Right.
We can't have those black box algorithms, especially in healthcare.
Right. We need to know why
Yeah.
a certain treatment is being recommended, not
Yeah.
just that it is.
Absolutely.
And when we're thinking about drug safety,
Okay.
explainable AI could really help us understand that complex web
Yeah.
of factors that can lead to those adverse events.
That makes sense.
So imagine an AI that could not only predict a side effect,
Okay.
but could tell you which patient characteristics, which genetic factors, drug interactions
Wow.
are contributing to that risk.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's like an AI detective who can not only crack the case, but also show you all the steps.
Yeah, and explain it.
Explain how they got there.
I like that.
That transparency is crucial
Totally.
for making sure that it's actually benefiting those patients.
Okay, so real-time monitoring, explainable AI, anything else that's got you excited about what's coming?
Another area that's gaining traction is using AI to actually personalize those treatment plans.
Okay, we talked about personalized medicine a little bit.
Right. And generative AI can help create those virtual models of individual patients.
So it's taking everything into account.
Everything. Their genetic makeup, medical history, lifestyle, even preferences.
That's a lot of information.
It is.
Wow.
And those virtual patient models can simulate the effects of different treatments. So the doctors can choose the most effective and safest option for that individual person.
It's like a medical simulator, but for you specifically.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing.
It's like having that personalized simulator
Wow, okay.
before you even start the treatment.
I'm getting chills. This is incredible.
It's pretty cool.
So we really are talking about a healthcare revolution.
I think we are.
AI is changing everything.
And it's not just the technology.
Right.
It's the collaboration.
That's what makes it so powerful.
Exactly.
It's us and AI working together.
Working side by side
Yeah.
to enhance our own expertise, make better decisions.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about this whole thing
Good.
because it is scary, but also really exciting.
It is both.
Yeah, I think it's important to acknowledge that there's a huge responsibility here
Absolutely.
as we're moving into this world of AI-powered healthcare.
Yeah.
We have to be mindful.
Yes.
We have to think about the ethics. We have to protect privacy. We have to make sure this is for everyone,
100%.
not just a select few.
Or everyone.
This is a big one.
It is.
So for our listeners, as you're hearing all of this,
Yeah.
stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged in the conversation.
Yes, please.
This is being shaped right now.
Absolutely.
The future of healthcare.
We're all part of it.
Yeah, we all have a role to play.
For sure.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential, the challenges, the future of generative AI.
So much.
There's still more.
Oh, yeah.
When we come back for the final part of our deep dive, we'll continue to explore these emerging trends
Okay.
and those innovations that are pushing the boundaries of healthcare. So stay with us. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about generative AI, and it's really changing how we think about drug safety. You know, making it faster, more precise. It's kind of like a sci-fi movie becoming reality.
It really is. And the exciting part is we're only at the beginning.
Okay, so let's keep talking about that future. Like, what are the emerging trends and innovations that have you most excited?
One area that has a ton of promise is personalized medicine. So, generative AI can actually create virtual models of individual patients, and it incorporates everything about them, like their genetic makeup, their medical history, even lifestyle factors and
We're
preferences.
not talking about one-size-fits-all treatments anymore. We could have therapies that are tailor-made.
Exactly. It's like having a personalized medical simulator, before you even start treatment.
That's wild. So we're moving towards a future where healthcare is not only more effective, but also safer and way more personalized because of AI.
Yeah, I agree. And another trend that I think is so important is the development of AI models that can explain their reasoning.
Okay, yeah, because you don't want a computer just telling you what to do. You want to know why.
Right. Explainable AI is crucial for building trust and making sure that we're using these systems ethically and responsibly.
Okay, so in terms of drug safety, how would explainable AI work?
Well, imagine an AI model that could not only predict a side effect, but then actually break it down for you, like tell you which patient characteristics or genetic factors or drug interactions are contributing to that risk.
So it's like AI detective that's not only solving the case, but showing you all the steps, explaining how they got there.
Exactly. And that level of transparency, I think, is so important, especially in healthcare where we're dealing with, people's lives.
Okay, so we've got personalized medicine, we've got explainable AI. What else is on the horizon?
Another area that's really interesting is using AI to enhance the way we discover and develop drugs. So, generative AI can analyze these huge data sets of molecular structures and biological information to identify which drug candidates are actually promising.
So it's helping us create new drugs from scratch.
Yeah, and it can even design brand new molecules with very specific properties, and that could really speed up the whole process of developing new therapies for tons of different diseases.
This is incredible. So we're not just making existing drugs safer, we're creating new ones too.
Exactly. It's a whole new world, and a lot of pharmaceutical companies are already using AI to speed up their drug discovery and develop those targeted therapies.
It feels like we're in a healthcare revolution. AI is changing everything, making medicine more effective, more personalized, and more
I
proactive.
think so too. It's an exciting time, but we also need to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used in different ways.
Right.
We have to be aware of those ethical implications. We've got to protect patient privacy and make sure that these technologies are available to everyone.
That's a really good point. So as we wrap up this deep dive into generative AI,
Right.
I want to say to our listeners, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged because the future is literally being shaped right now. And we all have a role to play in making sure it's a good one.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring the world of generative AI and how it's impacting drug safety. And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those important questions.